Hey guys, thanks for tuning in once again to Riding with Marshall. And today I'm at my favorite dealership, John Elway's Interstate Honda, and we're gonna ride one of these bikes today. And so which bike are we gonna ride? Are we gonna ride this one? Well, I've already reviewed that one. Are we gonna ride an Africa Twin? Well, I've already ridden and reviewed those too. How about a Goldwing? I've owned 3 of them. In fact, there's 3 of them. How about the one I just skipped over? How about a Yamaha Super Tenere? I've not actually ever ridden the Super Tenere, and here's a used one. And it's pretty. It's in blue. And it's got bags, and it's got a top case. It's got a shaft drive. Now, you know I like me a shaft drive. And I know a lot of people that say they don't like shaft drives. Frankly, on most bikes I can't tell the difference. Maybe you need to get over 1,000 cc's before you can tell the difference. So we'll find out today, because the Super Tenere is 1,200 cc's. It looks to me, and I could be wrong, that looks like a quick shifter. So the guy who rode this before me actually rode this bike, and that's the thing about Super Teneres. With Yamaha Super Teneres, you don't get people who buy it, ride it for 10 miles and try to keep the miles off. No, they buy it and they ride the snot out of it. So let's see what I think today. What do we got? Shinkos. Well, I'm familiar with these tires because I have them. And they're 705s, just like I'm used to. In fact, they're brand new, so I think the dealer might have put them on just now. You have spoked rims. So this is a tubeless tire, it's spoked rims. You got dual caliper brakes. Nice sturdy pan. Engine guards. And then you have the sales manager, Zach, who's putting on a dealer plate for me. Look at the pretty blue paint. Zach, what year is this again?
This guy is a 2012.
A 2012, okay, so these things came out in 2010 if I'm right. So this is probably very similar to a 2010. And then they discontinued them in 2021 because they didn't feel like making them meet Euro 5 emission standards. And then they brought him back out again. The Super Teneres, these are not a bike that gets ridden 60,000 miles and then gets the engine rebuilt like an American bike might. These were bikes that some riders have over 200,000 miles on. So it's going to be very interesting. Zach here is about to start it.
It's just right at 60K.
60K, it's just broken in. So that was a really gentle start. That wasn't half as dramatic as my V85 TT over there.
No, very smooth. Still a dry sump motor, but not bad at all. Nice and smooth startup on most of them.
Cool. I'm all lost looking for the muffler because it's got a down tube on it. So mileage, we got 59,392. So like I said, this bike was ridden. Do you happen to remember how much it's for sale for?
Right off the top of my head, I think we're right at 65 on this particular bike, but I'll have to double check.
Well, under $7,000. So you want an adventure bike, but maybe you don't want an adventure bike that's brand new because you're not real good at adventuring and you're afraid you're going to drop it. So your best plan of attack is to get one that's already outfitted with engine guards and sump pump protection, and for under $7,000. That way you don't feel so bad if you knock it over.
Even better, $59.99.
$59.99? Okay, so retail price, you still need to pay tax and your usual dock fee, but $59.99, so $6,000. Okay, hopefully our audio is working. Let's try out this thing. He's got a seat concept seat on it, which looks very comfortable. Like I said, full accoutrement of GV cases. Is it a tall bike? Let's find out. Adjust our mirrors. Side stand up. Front brake test. Noticeable dive. I wouldn't say defective though. I'd say that's probably standard for a Tenere. Rear brake test. Oh, very tight, very stiff. Good rear brake, wow. I'm not used to that because Moto Guzzi's got kind of a soft one. So one of the major complaints of all Super Teneres, maybe not the brand new one, is the windshield wasn't tall enough. Well, this is aftermarket. This guy's thought of everything. Let's see where a clutch engagement is. Oh, right there where I like it. Yes. So far, so smooth. So there is some vibration in the engine, not bad. I mean, this comes from a Moto Guzzi guy. It's an interesting kind of a growly feel in the engine. The windshield's doing its job though, doing nearly 50 and not even realizing it. So kudos to whatever brand of windshield this is. Now let's see how smooth the suspension is. Big dip. Oh, not bad. Now we got all kinds of trucks over here right where I wanted to stop and film. How's standing up? Pretty nice. Suspension is a little bit rougher, I think, than what I'm used to on the Guzzi, but it's probably about the same, really. Pretty windy up here today. Oh, doing the dirt road though. Yeah, it's nice. I don't know why there's random car parked here. We'll just take County Road 5 South. How about that? Very well controlled. So you might compare this to like a Tiger 1200. And the weight is lower on the Tenere than the Tiger 1200. If you had a fulcrum point or center of mass, I'd say that the 1200 is pretty far up there. You feel like the weight is actually above your head. I mean, like the end point of the weight is above your head on a Tiger 1200. The Tenere, it's down low. I can feel it down there. And I hear they did that with the crankshaft. That it's the placement of the crankshaft and how its almost gyroscopic motion adds to the bike that makes it so you're on a tall bike, but you don't feel the weight of the tall bike. I mean, if you're coming off a small motorcycle, then you know, anything this big might be intimidating. but this is pleasant. $6,000. Wow. For a bike that can easily go a full 100,000 and more before you need to even start checking parts on it. Huh, beautiful day in Colorado. No cars coming. Let's get it dirty again. So oftentimes the things about large bikes is that they might feel a little uncontrollable when you let out the clutch and take off. Like nobody needs that kind of power on a dirt road. This isn't that way. In fact, it feels very similar, even though it's got way more horsepower and torque than my Moto Guzzi. It's as controllable as one. I could ride this all day. I'm not saying that to sell the bike for Interstate. I don't work for them. But I am saying you couldn't go wrong with a $6,000 adventure bike fully outfitted already with this kind of power and control. Other riders that have driven their significant other on the back of the bike all over the country into Alaska have said that they never felt like it was out of power, even 2 up. In fact, with 2 up, the bike lowers down a little bit and a shorter person could flat-foot it. I'm not going to do that test today. But I'm saying I'm enjoying this, and this windshield is, surprisingly, it's not as tall as I would need it. You'd think. I mean, the rule of thumb is to come up to just above your nose. But I'm not noticing any wind, and it's actually quite windy today. It's going to get windier as the day goes by. I realized I just rode this dirt road and didn't even notice it. There is traction control on them. I believe it's like 1 and 2. And 1 keeps you out of trouble. 2 lets you get into a little more trouble. Whoa, she wants to go. How's that for a view this morning? The GoPro's going to diminish it quite a bit, but just know that those mountains take up a good 1/16 of the sky there. The rider triangle is darn near perfect for an adventure bike. I mean, I can't complain about it at all. My knees aren't behind me. They're like at a kitchen table, slightly behind. My feet are behind my knees only slightly, which is an all-day comfortable position for me. Oh, a bike that you can get on it. Yes. So it's kind of skinny to me. I mean, sure, the gas tank is large, but it feels skinny like a Royal Enfield. If you took the engines of 3 Royal Enfields and put them all together. Somebody would have to be a fool not to buy this bike. What an enjoyable ride. I find that I say that with most bikes, but this one really really delivers. Well, you better come to Interstate Honda and get it quickly, because after somebody sees this video that's local, they'd be a fool not to spend $6,000 on this bike. Tax and title and everything, I don't know, maybe what, $6,500, $6,800, but still under $7,000 out the door for a bike that you can do what I just did with. Take it on any dirt road you see fit. So just to recap, $6,000 adventure bike, Yamaha Super Tenere 2012. Brand new tires. Just had the fork seals redone. Excellent braking system. You have an oil window down here to see where your oil's at when the bike's standing up, of course. That's what I like about the Moto Guzzi. I don't have to play with the dipstick. I just got to go look at it. Adjustable rear suspension right here, where you can get to it. You're picking up somebody to ride on the back? Great. Tighten it up a little bit. Or just leave it. GV bags. Seat Concepts seat on it. Just the right amount of squishiness for all-day riding. Oh look, this one too has been to Alaska. That is awesome. Center stand. $6,000. I'm amazed, because in this day and age, just finding a motorcycle to ride for under $8,000 at a dealer is absurd. Now, if you don't want a Yamaha and you'd rather have a Honda, they have this first year Africa Twin for about $8,000. And it already has the SW Motec crash guards, the SW Motec belly pan. That's a CRF 1000. So once again, why buy a $30,000 adventure bike for your first adventure bike when you can get them for way under $10,000? And then you don't feel so bad if they fall over, and you've already saved over $1,000 by the person before you that put on all the protection. Especially SW Motec. I have a couple of these. They were over $300 just for that. Bark Busters. That's usually the hand blocker of choice because you've got the aluminum frame right here protecting your knuckles if you do go down with it. Anyway, this is why I can't say enough about these guys. If you want to know how much something is, look at the price tag. If I'm going to test ride it, they take them off, of course. At Interstate Honda, no reconditioning fees. You get that price tag plus the tax, plus like a $300 dock fee. I could be wrong on the dock fee. It's been a minute since I bought one, but I know that it's low. Well, let's go get on my bike and go home. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Super Tenere review of a 2012. I'll look into what they've done since then to tell you what the 2024s might have at a later date when I test ride a 2024. Thanks for watching.